If you've heard somebody analyze this game saying the Seahawks haven't been eliminated from playoff contention yet, they're not telling you the whole story. Probably because they don't know it. Hey, Dave Loughy here on Twitter at Loughy_D. Hit your boy up if you haven't done so yet. And as always, help me feed the algorithm if you've watched and maybe in some way appreciated or gained help from these videos along the way by hitting that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're going with these games, or this game, I should say. We got Thursday Night Football, the final one of the year. Real barn burners. Seattle Seahawks, Chicago Bears. Bears getting 4 points at home, 42.5 point total. We're going to break it all down right now. One thing before we do, as always, remember on Monday, I told you guys, hey, we got a few days left of the portfolio EV deal. 27 games happening today between the NBA and the NHL. Well, it was a massive day for anybody using it. There's my results just from Monday, right? I mean, just a huge day, man. We're simply picking off inefficiencies in the markets, calculating the true odds. If all that sounds wild to you, we got tutorials. 10 minutes worth of tutorials will get you set up, placing bets up to 100 bets a day with less than a 30-minute commitment. I could go on about this tool forever because of what it's done for me personally, but just go on Twitter, go on the site, look at what it's done for other people who had no clue what they were doing. They were just skating by, slowly draining their bankrolls and bleeding out. This is fun stuff on YouTube, but if you're really trying to make some money, starting up the new year saying, you know what, I am trying to do something different. I make it a decent living, but I'd like to make more. Legitimately the way to do it. Gift EV, G-I-F-T EV is the promo. Links in the description and the pinned comment. Just use Gift EV at checkout and hit me up, guys. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter. My DMs are always open, and you get access to the Discord as well, where you can jump in and ask questions there. Come check it out, man. We got some great sports days on the horizon and a lot of money to be made. All right, let's talk about it. Bears 4-point dogs at home. You know, at the beginning I said, if people, and because I saw this everywhere today, they're like, playoff implications, Seahawks aren't eliminated yet. Yeah, but these people, either they're not telling you what they know, which I don't think that would be the case. I think they're just seeing that they have a, 11, 13% chance of making the playoffs, and they're not digging any deeper, because this game is actually essentially meaningless for Seattle. It actually is. Okay, so it sounds weird because they're not eliminated from playoff contention yet, right? And they're a game behind the Rams in the NFC West. But a win or loss has essentially no impact on this game. The only thing that really matters is if the Rams win or lose on Saturday night against the Cardinals, right? So check this out. I'll spare you all of the details, but know this. The Seahawks and the Rams face each other in Week 18, okay? They face each other in Week 18. They close out the year with that game. But even if they finish with the same record, all right, if they finish with the same record, with the Seahawks winning tonight and the Rams winning on Saturday, the Seahawks need an absolute miracle, because all four of the first four tiebreakers go to the Rams, right? Then it would go to strength of schedule. Well, the Rams have a massive lead in strength of schedule right now, and the Seahawks would need, they would need divine intervention for that to flip in the final week of the season. I won't say it's impossible. It is highly, highly unlikely. But if the Rams and the Seahawks both lose, then Week 18, believe it or not, actually matters more, because the Rams would lose to a divisional opponent in the Cardinals on Saturday. So what does that mean? Well, that means that if the Seahawks win in Week 18, they have the tiebreaker for the divisional record. It's crazy, right? But that's how it works. Like, the Seahawks could win and the Rams could win. It does nothing for the Seahawks. The Seahawks could lose, the Rams could win. It's over for the Seahawks. Or the Seahawks could lose and the Rams could lose, and it's just the same as the Seahawks winning and the Rams losing. They just need the Rams to lose. So let's think of it like that, okay? It almost makes me want to bet the Bears. You guys are going, are you kidding me, man? What is up with this guy? I get it. Look, I said last week, I'm just not touching the Bears-Lions game. In hindsight, right, Lions routed them. It doesn't matter, those injuries. They just keep fighting. But to me, I said I'm not betting it. This one, I did sprinkle on the Bears a little bit. And, you get Seattle traveling to Chicago on Christmas Day, the day before. Hope you guys had a great Christmas, by the way. Knowing that this game has virtually zero playoff implications, they need to know this. There's no doubt. And the only thing that matters is whether the Rams win or lose on Saturday. It's a home game for the Bears the day after Christmas, coming off a totally deflating loss to Minnesota. You get the point, right? Like Seattle coming off a brutal loss, where if they won that game, then they come into this one controlling their own destiny. That's not the case. Geno's dealing with a knee injury on a short week. He's committing brutal turnovers, a lot of them in the red zone. Second most interceptions only to Kirk Cousins this year. And the Bears secondary hasn't been the issue. Kenneth Walker's out. Not that Zach Charbonnet's no good. He's fully capable. This is the last home game, though, of the years for the Bears in yet another highly disappointing season. They're a disgraceful team, no doubt about it. Truly disgraceful football team. But I'll play the masochist again for you guys. You all right? You guys do what you want. We can watch this video just to get information on the game, get some insight, and then make your own decisions. You don't have to tail. Let me know. Are you guys laying points on the Seahawks? Look, the Bears are so bad that I totally get it. But my God, I'll tell you, with a game like this, I think it's hard to get up for if you're Seattle, knowing it means nothing. Where are you guys at? Let me know. All right, let's talk some props. Kind of a tough spot for props because it's early. It's earlier in the day, and we don't have a lot of the other stuff out there. Like, sure, you have Moore and Keenan Allen and Aduns, these guys who we already know exactly what their role is going to be. It's hard to really nitpick those spots and find edges. Same with the Seattle side. Like, I was looking for unders on Geno rushing props, but they're still not out yet. They will later in the day. Maybe I'll drop them into Discord. But I did find a good one on Bet365. Again, as always, if you're not on Bet365, if you're in any of those states on the screen, go literally just collect $150 in bonus bets by using the link in the description or pinned comment. Click it. Takes a minute to instantly verify yourself. Deposit $10. Bet 5 on whatever you want. Even if it's an in-game, it doesn't matter. Like, could be an in-game drive, field goal, whatever. The moment that bet settles, you have $150 in bonus bets that you didn't have before you signed up. Collect the free stuff whenever you can. Simple as that. Got to be 21 years or older to gamble. Gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. But if you're in those states, collect, baby. We got some good times ahead of us for sports. I like Swift over 57.5 rushing here today. Now, if you love Seattle in this spot, this is not a spot you're going to want to go. I will say our projections over on the DFS side have him at 71 rushing yards, which makes me feel even better about this. But you're getting it at -110 on Bet365, better odds than anywhere else. And Swift has seen some tough matchups on the ground recently, but I think things could open up a bit for him tonight. The Seahawks have been a bottom 10 run defense on the season. They're serving up the 6th most yards per attempt to opposing running backs. And despite the return of Roschon Johnson last week, Swift still handled 9 of 10 running back carries. Like it was over from the jump. They were down like 20-0, but 9 of 10. And he played 73% of snaps. So whatever nagging injuries he had, last home game to close out the year, I don't see them limiting him today. With this game, too, projected to be relatively competitive, Bears are only plus 180 on the money line at home. Hopefully the script just doesn't get away from Swift. And if that's the case, well, all bets are off. Touchdowns. Let's go touchdowns. I found 2 pure value spots here based on what I saw over on our live odds screen at Odds Shopper. That's free, by the way. If you ever wanted to see find positive edges across all sports books, the live odds screen is free. And I use it every day. DK Metcalf is the first one at plus 220 on DraftKings. He's been priced all over the place recently. It's a weird campaign for him, so I'm not surprised. It's a spot we jumped on in Discord last week on FanDuel, though, which is, that they were the outlier last week, and he found the end zone on a 25-yard touchdown, his first one since week 7. Granted, he missed a couple games with that MCL strain in between there. But if you look at a sharp sports book like Pinnacle, Metcalf is plus 169 to score tonight. We're getting it at plus 220 on DraftKings. And in the games that he's played this season, so excluding the 2 he didn't, he leads the team in end zone targets with 1 more than JSN. So he's still been a primary threat there in the red zone. I'll take our shots on DK. And I also want to take a small little sprinkle on Roschon Johnson, plus 470 on FanDuel. Go ahead and look, like when you watch this video, look at where he's priced at on other books. Plus 250, that'd be crazy. Plus 300, plus 350, plus 360. We're getting plus 470 on FanDuel. It's worth a sprinkle. Just given the number alone, the positive edge we're getting here. He has 6 touchdowns in 12 games this year. He's been used frequently at the goal line, has scored 6 times on 9 goal line carries. And yeah, he's only played 1 game since the head coaching change, but he has a real knack for finding the end zone. And DeAndre Swift has an unending inability to punch it in from short distance. So there we go. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the game, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow. Picks for every game heading into Saturday and Sunday. Peace.